overgrowth, and then if you just come running in with Death Prophet and her ulti running with Pango chain stunning you all, it could certainly be an issue. But for the most part, I think their draft looks both aggressive as well as fairly balanced from the side of Team Secret. It looks like a little bit easier to play out, so I am favoring them currently. And yeah, and this is the laning shenanigans that we're talking about. Like, Nisha's on the Venge, but it's going to be Zai mid on the Beastmaster because they see Koifa's on the Lycan.
That's actually fair kind of reaction coming out from Secret. I think the other interesting thing to mention, like the draft comparisons, is that Secret's power is kind of constantly rising, right? Like the way their heroes don't rely on big cooldowns to do things, whereas for Liquid, you've got this shapeshift that you got to play around. You've got this exorcism. They're powerful spells, but if you misuse them, suddenly you are very underwhelming for the next minute or two.
Yeah, the more and more I see Ursa too, the more I just keep thinking how that's so not a problem for him anymore. Like, ever since they removed the damage from the ultimate, that made this hero so much better. Like, not needing to pop your ulti to get a burst kill in a side lane, meaning that you can then keep it for going for the objective after or going for the Roach Pit or whatever. And then late game, like, there's a reason why the Battle Fury is so good now, is that, like, you're going late game, you don't have to rely on your ultimate for offense, and then it's only 30-second cooldown anyway.
Yeah, and it also offsets the mana regen issues you now have ever since they switched the mana regen talent from 10 to 15. It's very hard to debate that the item is the way to go with this hero now.
Plus, you know, Abyssal's busted. That didn't hurt.
Yeah, that's like the obvious one we talk about, right? Melee heroes, very strong right now. Abyssal, why mini Blink Dagger? And when we talk about Ursa, it's a hero that essentially has two forms of Blink in that. As we just shoot off, and as she's going to go down, insane,
You've
got
just
the
achieved first blood. Thanks, and have fun.
Man, I was not sure if Tiger being back there would be enough, but very well done. The Nature's Graft Obnoxious at level 1.
Yeah, and that does mean
Nature's Graft. It kind of is a graft.
I mean, the rough part from Tumman now is he has leveled in the Earth Shot, which you can try to be defensive here, but it's going to be tough to overpressure, or is it? Oh, these blocks coming out. Buffy. I mean, this is why you give this man micro here. It's on point.
It's hard to believe how nerfed Treants have been, and they're still so good.
It's just so hard to kill. It's like we're seeing this overall from the Zoom meta, right? It's like you look at Treants, it's just a bit too tanky for me to kill right now.
Yeah, I feel like you just have to commit way more to try and deal with them. In the mid lane, it's summons on summons with the 4-man versus Wolfman.
And I think it's kind of a race to free, right? Once Zai has free, you can make sure Lycan doesn't feel confident, but at the same time, if Lycan has, you know, level 3 or 4 too quickly, the regen means he doesn't care either.
Yeah, I feel like Koifa's gonna be fine. I think that this is better for him in the long run. His summons, like, it's not like Beastmaster can really chase you down and try and kill you or anything because the spacing's so small. Like, it's a lot easier to do that in a side lane with, like, the constant harass and, like, actually pushing you off the wave, whereas in the mid, probably not going to get that same advantage. Oh,
Nisha? Yeah, cheeky from Boxy. He does die, though. The Wave of Terror was causing too much damage.
I'm always surprised how much farm I'm able to get when I'm dead as Venge with this. Like, even in the early game like this, it's not an advantage that you really think of, but he just got 3 last hits that no other hero would have gotten. You know? That's
true. And it's also, we were discussing this, especially when we've seen like all the mid ones, like Thompson plays it a lot, right, on OG, is that even it allows you to play a very over-the-top aggressive style, because even after you die, you're still giving something to the fights that occur later on. It's not just about getting the creeps, it's about this aura that persists and your right clicks that are coming through. I mean, we've even seen some clips where, you know, it'll be 2 or 3 kills claimed by a vengeful spirit.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit difficult to build the illusion right now and, like, build the hero just because of how good the illusion is, that you don't necessarily want to build items that don't benefit when the illusion isn't like you know, you don't necessarily want to build like plus damage items or whatever, because you want, like, all the agi, and you want to buy aura items too, so that you're giving those off. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those examples where there's not really another comparative in Dota. As this hero, you know, you can talk about, oh, Chen, his Chen army's still up, but in the hero itself, like, your punishment of dying is offset a little bit because you still exist.
And Foxy's having a hard time down here. Can't really trade.
I wonder if like level 4 because then the disarm lasts longer. You can get to a stage.
He's going for it. Oh, he didn't get it.
Die for it. Oh, that's so painful.
I'd be so mad.
You know,
I know it's
right?
70%,
like,
but still.
It's gotta go off. I've hit him like 5 times in a row and I haven't got a single proc. I almost got blocked up in the mid lane. That was close and quick, but he might still get this. Needs one more hit from the wolf and side. Nope, regen's just enough.
Oh man.
Already talked about micro shenanigans and the tree and top, and then we just see that in the mid as well.
Man, he's still so low. And he's gonna start walking over. He's like, yeah, there's no way, right? Right?
Just presses E once. Oh, a kill. Neat.
They got a ward anyway. Plus there's invis bottom. I should know there's a rune there. Of course, he's probably not aware of what it is. He's definitely hoping it's a regen though.
It's tough for the Beastmaster at this stage, right? Because you're all about just trying to win the attrition warfare, but like him, because of that passive, he's got that HP regen. He's always going to out-trade you.
Invisibility.
Boxy just ends up taking the rune instead.
I think he was hoping for something more useful than an invisibility rune, which will now be obvious to Quake Furs. He scouted out with his wolf. That does leave Nisha alone, just casually farming away. Like, Venge not even pressured at all in this game so far, really.
Yeah, Boxy doesn't have boots either, so this was a pretty long excursion here of not getting farm. Level 2, so he probably just used all his HP and mana to be a nuisance, and then TP back home again as he returns to the bounty rune fight.
A
little bit of a bounty rune dispute in the bot lane. I'm just watching Boxy get disarms at the right moment.
At the same time, Insane is in trouble up top here.
Moving in. One more clap comes out. Cumberman gets the kill. Boxy's running for his life in the bot lane in the meantime as Nisha. He does have the wave of terror.
Killing spree.
And he can get the kill. Oh, God. I know what he's going through here. We've all been there when we play Pangolier. It's like, just one more disarm. Just one more and I win this trade. And they have to run away.
Mid lane roar.
Quakes is pretty tanky, though. They don't have to lift for another 4 seconds. They can't dive it either, so Quake will just shrug it off and go, I don't know what the hell that was all about.
I'm thinking he probably thought his Rubik wasn't level 2. It's probably like, oh, really? That's it? Level 1 Fade Bolt? That's all you got?
Sitting there like, yeah, come on, dude. I'm trying to secure you kills here. Why have you been in a tri-lane all game?
Oh, man. Boxy is just getting bullied down here.
This is ours.
He's just hitting them with the wave and punching them over and over.
I mean, surprising as well, right? Because if you do lead these two in a vacuum, because of the nature of their spells, like they are both stat weak at early levels, but Venge is always going to be stronger. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Yams
well
gets brought down by the first shapeshift. Top, yeah. They will die. They'll get Matsumba-man. Tiger does give his life for it, though, and Puppy makes sure he takes the gold. He's like, don't worry, Matsumba-man. I'm going to become a core. Big and strong and full of aura items that will secure the game.
At the very least, with the shapeshift kill, Quaker wasn't able to get Zai, but still really pretty happy with that. It just edges him over in terms of net worth, but very even between the two.
To Radiant Wands, their middle tower.
And they're both gonna pretty much do the same thing, right? Oh, Nisha.
Oh no. Nisha may have stunned the creep, which was clearly an attempt to secure CS, right?
Yes. I did not see it, but I believe it.
Foxy with a much needed gank though. It seems like Liquid are ready to abandon the tri-lane. De facto, there was a current.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel like this first Roche fight is gonna get so ugly. Like, look at all these heroes. It's like some gross brawl in action.
Disarms as well. Bot lane. There's disarm coming to effect.
He's so close to 6.
He can't get out. He had the one, but the Fate Bolt's just too much damage.
Wands, their middle tower to fall.
I don't even know.
This is where Secret just push him for some tower damage, right? They got the catapult, they've got the Nature's Prophet here, and they've got a level 3 bench for him.
Yeah, it's good to do this before the tree's level 6, because that's when you can actually start the turnarounds with the TPs and buy his team a lot more time. So, like, DP does not want to come down here and try and pop her ulti, right? She'd rather just try and ult top and trade.
He got swapped out. Nisha spotted him on the wave of terror. They get a freebie, and now Box, he did get level 6. He got level 6, and he's going to commit it, and that may be a mistake. They just primal roar him up, and not right-click him down. It's a pretty pathetic-looking Pangolier. He just has to run away with a sliver of HP remaining. That was not the impact you were looking for out your first ultimate. the mid tower to quick for as
Did
well.
Radiant's bottom tower just fall?
Yeah, you can't contest the beasts there. It's just way too hard. Like, you need extra numbers to battle versus the Vision, because Vision's just like way too strong. I mean, combining the swap like that is pretty smart.
Dyer's top tower has some Radiant shape.
Definitely was well played by Secret. Gets him that early rotation in the most taken tower. In fairness though, as I said, Liquid did manage to get that tier 1 in the mid. So Quick got, you know, arguably the most important tier 1 tower in this game right now. Question is whether Zai can mirror that now, because you could just try and connect towards mid. However, someone you want in that push is being pushed into right now. Nisha will turn around though, as Boxy doesn't get the disarm he's looking for. Ends up going down again, and they say, okay, you didn't want us to leave bot lane? Fine, we'll commit to it. This is our new home.
Do Radiant want their middle tower?
Yeah, obviously they were not expecting there to be so many heroes lurking around. I mean, it doesn't matter where Puppey is, right? You always have to assume that he could be there too.
No, he's just been in the top lane, getting a little bit of solo XP, because obviously once you do have that level 6, Wrath of Nature is a pretty substantial nuke in these early team fights.
I mean, that's what Yapsor needs to right now, right? Is to get level 6.
Oh yeah. I think that's why Puppey's like, I'll just get it off of farming. Yapsor can have the tome in 15 seconds.
Well, it looks like they gotta hurry up here for this top one. I think Insania realizes that he can't really do anything though.
Primer will come out. Death Prophet. He actually did pick up the Spirit Siphon though, so Zai needs to be a little bit careful himself, because that's going to be a long route for an up. And Matumamani, reinforcements have arrived. Zai might still go down, but now Mike is in a world of trouble and a world of hurt. And they'll just run him through and look to clap him down. They do get the kill. So 1-for-1 exchange. However, works out in Liquid's favor because the shapeshift the mid lane did get the kill on Tanisha.
Yeah, he just ran him down. No real option if he just decides to ult and go after you like that.
Oh, it's a tough part.
I think the only reason, the only reason Zai went for that was because of the trying to make sure they got that outpost. I don't think he thought it was necessarily a great play to go for a kill at that moment. He was just like, yeah, I want to make sure that we have this at 10 minutes so that we get the XP. It's just too valuable.
Yeah, especially when we're highlighting both the heroes and the support role. So critical that you get that 6 quickly, as they are very powerful things. In terms of like skills that Yapsor was really aiming for this game, I'd imagine the top one's obviously going to be Rolling Thunder, Overgrowth, and I want to say something like a false promise, but it feels weird for Rubik to try and look for that in a fight.
Well, they're currently looking through a smoke, but they will get scanned.
Yeah, but Tiger's hanging around. He'll get into the trees. Nisha, the Hawk's trying to get vision, but he's so fast.
They almost had him.
They won't make it for nothing though. They do converge towards the mid lane. They say, okay, you basically forfeit this. And there won't really be a trade.
Boxy down bottom did go for a jump down. He's whittling down Puppey to see if this is worth.
Like, come on, where are the proc? Finally, he gets the proc, and now the steal will be under the swatch buff instead of the Rolling Thunder, and Puppey will go down. But Willie, can he joke? Nope, he's gonna juke it. They commit, and they get the kill. He's like, okay, Boxy, you want to do this? You have to swashbuckle once more. Yapsor can chase this, however, with a lift back. Boxy might be in a bit of trouble, but nope, instantly identifies they've got no stuns and he'll make his escape. The mid lane, however,
there were creeps there.
There's an attempt. I'm not really sure what they're hoping to do to an Ursa here. I think they just want him out of their territory. But it does look like Matumbaman's not rushing a Battle Fury this game. He's actually going for the Yasha.
Battling. I wonder if he'll actually go Manta, silence and the root. I mean, it's still an Ursa though, so I hesitate. I assume he's gonna go for more of a stats resistance style.
Yeah, like Sanji Yasha would be enraged as well. Having stats resistance is pretty strong. Liquid
but like, I don't know. If someone wanted to go Manta, this would be the game for it.
Why stop there?
They've won the battle in terms of who's gonna get Roche first this game.
They have. It seems like Secret maybe had kind of inclinations of this, but you can see they were already way too split up across the map to do anything about it.
And Matu's just gonna take that Yasha and then start going for the Battle Fury. So I haven't actually gotten to see too many Ursas lately. The only ones I've seen have gone for the Battle Fury pretty much straight. Sometimes drums first. So I'm not sure if this is like a common thing for him.
Oh, Nisha. Oh, he knew they were just in the pit. He didn't think that they were going to come and punish him so quickly, though. He is healing up a lot, actually. Buying a lot of time. He might be able to bring Boxy down, but nope. Boxy just steps out of the way. They finally get the kill. They haven't got the creeps here, though, so they can't push the tower. And instead, Secret will be the ones doing some tower damage to the bot lane.
Pretty good trades, but Liquid are really like on point with what they need in this lineup. This should be at least one kill with the Euros. Should just be free.
Well, Puppy has arrived. He's ready to give his life. He might have the overdrive comes out. Crown being thrown out. The shape's been used. Beastmaster already down. Yapsaw tanky enough to escape before they can kill him off. But Boxy pursuing on the Puppy with the roll through. They'll find and kill off the Prophet.
Maybe it just felt like they had a good chance because of all the vision they had around the area, but that was a really dangerous attempt, I think, to try and save more than, you know, try and save everyone and make a turn there.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well done by Liquid. It was just a rapid TP, right? Like, everyone seems like, all right, let's go. Especially once you see the Puppy with his TP into the fight, you don't worry about whether it's worthwhile rotating the whole team down there. Especially with this tier 1 still standing, at least at the moment. Probably not for much longer. Really, you gotta look and see what Secret got to play around too, because they have now got the Helmet Dom complete on the Beastmaster, which gives them some more fight. And in terms of what she's building, he is going for Yasha as well. So it looks like Secret just want to be speedy boys and girls.
That's pretty speedy.
He did die in a speedy way, I'll give him that. But yeah, Boxy definitely much more speedy when he picks up a haste rune like that. Question is whether they can connect into more. I think they just want the runes in tower, probably. It's a case of if they can get it without committing exorcism, you feel good as well.
And they're kind of in an awkward spot, though, because top's just being pressured, so they feel compelled to try and take down this bottom tier 1 too. But, you know, considering how much you're devoting to this versus your opponent, this doesn't necessarily feel that great unless you can really get good control over this area.
That is really the power of the Zoom Air, right? It's like you don't have to commit anywhere near as many resources to these type of pushes. And they still haven't taken down that tier 1 in the bot lane, but they've already lost their 1 in the top. You're going to see more pressure applied to try and force them back. It doesn't feel good losing towers like that, especially when you have a tree and that should be able to prevent it.
Look at Dire's bottom tower, Jax.
Especially when his build is...
Oh man, and a glyph too. Oh, this is so annoying.
Radiant's top tower.
It is a tier 1. Like, all right, if you want it, you're gonna have to show us how many heroes are lurking around. Okay, you got practically the whole team there. Fine.
Okay, this top lane, this tower is getting obliterated. Yeah, this is like the most value split shot of all time.
You know when they glyph to keep the range creeps alive. All right, there we go. Box will get rid of them. They kept the cap out for a long time. They're still keeping it going because of the boars. He'll make sure that they actually don't get the kills on the boars. They don't get the XP, but the damage. It's pretty significant. Of course, the good news is you have a train, so you can save the time. You can salvage it, given enough time. But when you look at Secret's lineup, you have to imagine time is not on your side in that regard. They will move towards that tower again soon.
Yeah, that was a bit of a good example of like why the first Aegis it's not necessarily about the Aegis. I feel like it's more so just like setting up for the second one with the Aegis and the cheese. Because like the first Aegis, unless you have a hero that can play hyper aggressive, it's pretty hard to force your opponent to fight you. You know, like everyone's just gonna try and trade on the opposite side of the map of you. That's what just happened to them.
Oh. We've seen this before. Boxy versus Nisha. Boxy did bring allies though, and he does have level 6 this time around. So
okay, that was
wrong. Oh, swap. Yeah, well that one not so cool. He tried. They're even going to try and take down the illusion of him as they continue their push into the tier 2. And look at this. Secret go, okay, if you really want to do this trade, and I want you to think about this, Liquid, because you're not as quick as we are with this push. Yeah, they have to start following heroes back. So that repels Secret's push, but once again, like you said, it's that Aegis factor, right? Once that runs out, Secret, they might not be so reluctant to hang around and take a fight against you.
At the very least, Liquid still left Koikfa to like hang around up here, so he clears out the Ancients. He finds the first of the tier 2s, gets themselves a Philosopher's Stone. Probably for a tree, I think. Try and get him that Blink Dagger first.
I'd imagine so. I think he's got it coming out now. Yep, he's like that. Dibs, that belongs to me. Sorry, Insania. You're possible 5. You get less priority on this stuff. Unless, of course, your team's Secret. Your name's Poppy, in which case, if you look at Yapsaw and Poppy's net worth.
Get the ring when you're playing the zoo and like starting to push towers. That's nice. They definitely
And you
want the
almost have
essence ring
AC.
too, I think.
I mean, it's definitely starting to line up. Like that plus the AC coming online. Then you look at the secret side. They are getting close to that Battle Fury. They'll need probably like another 2 minutes.
All right, it's evened out. It's okay, guys.
Oh, everyone's
on
got
both sides.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Imagine if you got the same neutral items. No, let's not do that. I know there's been some discussions people have been having again about whether we should be able to purchase the neutral items we want.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about these ones. Definitely do not make them the same because then it's still just going to benefit one draft more than the other. And they're going to know what your neutral items are. So that doesn't really make it any better.
No. Imagine they had 2 squishy heroes and they managed to steal your essence ring as well. You're like, oh, well, this is conveniently useful for us.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think like maybe if people wanted a way around it, you could have kind of like a neutral creep score.
Is Dire going to let that
And
middle tower
once the
fall?
timer passes, you
Ooh,
basically
Dire's
accrue
middle tower
points
doesn't last
based on
long.
killing neutrals, and then you can buy
Radiant's
items.
top tower is under attack.
I think you should try and make it a little more complicated.
No, dude, I think I could, but not much more complicated. Maybe if we made it so that the neutral items had different costs to them as well. Pangolier finds a hefty cost to his initiation there.
That was sick. Gets the steal on the shield crash, then he gets the 18% damage reduction from both of them, and is able to just live. And it's just like, why isn't this doing more damage? Oh yeah.
Nisha? Oh, okay. He did try for the TP. Tiger was still around. They made themselves a little bit. Puppy will make it out. They get Matumba Man away. And the push continues in the top lane. It's almost like every time Liquid gets these kills onto the Vengeful Spirit, it's not worthwhile because of what's happening elsewhere. Ooh, they're going to make him pay this time though. Mike, he commits the exorcism onto Zai. Zai says, okay, if I'm going to pay, I'm at least going to get someone to pay with. He picks up the bounty room before giving over his life. The problem is you just commit an exorcism. Maybe you kill a few extra creeps, but now for 140 seconds, you don't have that big ultimate. Roach could spawn in just 20 seconds.
Yeah, that would be the main problem here for Liquid. I like that they're not panicking when this push is coming from Seeker in the top lane. Like, sure, maybe they could have been there a little bit earlier and tried to push at some of these waves, but unfortunately, that's one of the problems we haven't really talked about that much with their drafts. They don't really have fast wave clear, especially they have a duo of supports that can't really push waves. Like, Treant's okay, but it's very... He's on the line of being decent at it, right? And there's a reason that they often go for the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp might hurt a lot when you're a hero, but there's a reason it looks very underwhelming when you watch on a creep wave. Like, oh, everything is almost dead. Not dead, but everything is still pushing.
There's also just this idea of, like, not panicking like crazy, because, I mean, you don't want to lose a tier 3 or anything, but it's not as pushing as it had been for a long time since we had Shrines, obviously. Like, that was a humongous deal. You would basically throw all your bodies to make sure you killed that right there. But we don't have to have that same panic anymore.
No, and it's also a case of overreacting, should we say. Like, you see someone doing something, you keep reacting to it, and what you realize is every time you come back to defend their push, your push is being eliminated as well, right? It's all about weighing up whether you can trade better and where you can actually take those trades, as we saw earlier when they were exchanging tier 1 for tier 1, trying to do tier 2 for tier 2.
Matu had a bit of a rough start. I mean, having to do Yasha first doesn't necessarily feel that great, but gets his Battle Fury.
He does indeed, and they now know that all these heroes on the secret side are top because they just tried to jump Tiger. They will presume find him through a couple trees. His Blink Dagger doesn't save his life. They get the kill, but in the bot lane, they're moved in with the Royal Thunder onto Ursa. But Summerman, he's juking it out. I don't know if they want to commit too much further. He has got the enraged. The Yules, he'll interrupt him, and there's no real way out for Matu anymore. It's Anisha with a swap in. Good save, and now it looks like they need to back off. Puppy did go a little bit too deep though. The chase gets committed. He might try and kill off Puppy. Koifa, he's going for bigger targets. He turns with the Yasuo, an easier one at that. They'll be able to find him. They do get the kill to Puppy in the meantime, and now they can converge on this tier 2 tower. They do have to go back to deal with Beastmaster, however, and Zai now in trouble as Mike blinks forward on top of him, and Zai doesn't have a way out. No point CPing, he knows it'd be interrupted.
Thanks
Double
for
kill for
playing
Boxy.
DOTA2.
They'll kill off the army. They get the tier 2 tower in the bot lane, and Liquid finally take a favorable exchange.
And Roche spawns in 2 seconds. So they didn't have to use the Exorcism. All of that trying to save their Ursa, and sure, he gets out, but very costly to lose additional heroes after that. And if they manage to spot it, I mean, there's even a DD there, so you know Quake was going to check now.
Yeah, you got to give it a full sniff. Well, what's in here for me. With an AC complete, your world's desire, Aegis and a cheese. The lineup that has both a Lycan and a DP. I mean, this is the ultimate moment, right? You said the first road doesn't get much done, but now that you've got these two heroes that can just push forward incredibly aggressively, you could start to threaten high ground the next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, this is why you want the early rush complete. Obviously, you'd like it if your team took it, but even if the enemy gets it, as long as you get this one with the Aegis of the Cheese, like if Secret had gotten this one, they would have been like, perfect. This is what our lineup also needs. But now you have to fight through Aegis, Cheese, and False Promise. This is an extremely difficult team fight for Secret coming up next.
Poppy's been caught. Mike is getting so much done with this Bling Dagger. It definitely seems like it's been the right item, as Poppy has no way to get out of this. He's the flash for the down, he's the mech for his team. So they won't want to fight for the next 45 seconds at least.
Yeah, I really like watching his death problem. I think he's really good at, like, this. I feel like China was the only region that was really playing a lot of the one death problem for a while, and like the one Leshrax, and they just use it to accelerate the game at a very fast pace.
That's true. I think
Nikkei's really done a good job of that.
The CIS region, we've seen FDK do it a lot as well. It definitely is starting to catch on more and more. And there's the Exorcism coming out on the beast off the side, tries to block it out, to buy himself a little bit of time. No chance in hell.
No.
He even throws out the Primal Roar, says, Matumba Man, do your thing. Can you get it up out? Needs one more hit.
Mega kill. Double kill.
No.
Nice play.
Foxy, he was owed that RNG after all this time, and it finally pays off. He gets the drop he needed. Now they can just run over the fight. Secret have 4 heroes dead. The Exorcism's still running for a little bit, and they'll move over to the mid lane to at least get some chip damage done at the tower. But with Lycan in your lineup, chip damage is the least you'll do.
Yeah, that tower is going down fast, and they're going to go for it. I definitely approve. They still have the glyph, and they've got like 10 seconds. It's a bit of a tough one.
No, it's definitely one of those do-it moments. Just use it. And even once you do, we're not leaving because we still have the Aegis. And to be honest, by the time you're up, Roll and Thunder's going to be what? You have 10 seconds out. You just have to let them have it and walk away.
You can't really buy back, right? Like, if you buy back and force that fight, it's not going to go well for you.
No.
They still have the Aegis available there on the Lycan, even if he doesn't have Shapeshift. It still feels like it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, you wouldn't even had the Primal Roar, right? It's that case you'd buy back. It's like, okay, our initiation of stun is it's available soon, guys. To be honest, it's available once you naturally have respawned. So let's just maybe save those buybacks for a more opportune time. Timberman, yeah, he understands. He needs status resistance. He needs more. He's going for the Satanic next. I guess the tough part, and we've seen it already when he enraged in the bot lane, right, is it doesn't do anything against Yules. So you can't rely on enrage with status resistance. You just get Yuled up. That's 2.5 seconds guaranteed, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, even at max level, it's going to be half of your enrage. So pretty irritating thing to have to deal with. And geez, that Abyssal is getting there.
I mean, I wish he was going for an Abyssal. It would be so much better. Instead, Lycan get one, but... Is this right? Do you feel like maybe Matumba Man would be better suited with going towards an Abyssal at this point? Or do you think stuns aren't the problem?
I think he knows he's going to hit by spells. That's just the way that this lineup works. He has to get stats resistance.
That's fair. I guess also you've got a lot of stuns, right? So, you know, it's just a penny in the well at that point. Like, you should have enough lockdown to first hitter. He'll try. He moves in the range with the TSR coming out straight away. The Royal Thunder through. And Matumba Man, swap out by Nisha. He's used to trying to give his life over. Instead, Oracle's the one who gives it over because the backline gets sniped outside. Does get a kill. Gives his life for it. The buyback was committed by Oracle. Now Matumba Man needs to back away after he clears some creeps out. They're just trying to slow down this push. They do not want to fight directly. Quickfire is getting a little bit low because the Aegis to play with. Foxy just disrupting so many heroes here. These disarms. He's still got the Heaven's Halberd to work with as well. There's no easy way to approach this Pangolier even at this stage.
Regular damage is running out a little bit here. But it's chipping away.
It's taking so long to get through this AC. This Vanguard just got to work. Fun, they'll get it. But there's the Rage, the Yules. They say, now what? What are you going to do? What's your move? Shapeshift gets activated. They move in. Nature's Prophet will be brought down slowly. Control. They'll change on the Rubik. Clean up Nature as well. The buybacks are being committed left, right, and center. But Matumba Man, he doesn't want to go in. No rage for 20 seconds. They just have to accept. It's another set of buildings just gone. Liquid They are starting to just establish dominance over Secret.
Yeah, I think Secret made the mistakes that kind of talked that like the only way this gets really bad is like trying to push too hard too early, and I do think they made that mistake. Like on that bottom lane, trying to make a save on someone like that's exactly what Liquid's lineup needs, because their initiation was relatively weak at that point.
And now look at them. They're just going. They want this. They know Quickfire has no easy way to escape this. They're trying to do damage to the 4-star balance. Good from Taigi. Saves day. Foxy rolls in on a Timberman. The power roll thrown out onto Lycus. Everything but the kitchen sink for a kill on the Wolfman, but it's just not working. The sustain is too strong. It's time and time again, Secret are repelled. They realize when it's over. They call GG. Liquid take game 1.
That I can appreciate. Very well done from Liquid. I mean, they're not afraid to open with these classic combos that, I don't know, it feels like one of these two heroes is usually banned, right? If it's like the Ember, the Kalo, or the Oracle and the DP, a lot of teams will ban out the Ember in the first phase or the DP in the first phase. But if you leave any of those little combos in, Liquid are willing to do a whole draft around it. I mean, they have their other little combos, like their Wind Ranger and their Tusk. They have this like 10th pick that you never know what's going to happen.